Welcome to Lesson 1, Reflecting on Your Relationship. This lesson was designed to help you navigate the evolution of your connection with your loved one before, during, and after a health challenge. For many, caregiving responsibilities arise from a healthy and trusting relationship with a family member. However, some may find themselves in this role regardless of the current state of their connection. Either way, caregiving can significantly impact your relationship, both positively and sometimes negatively. The key question we will explore in this lesson is, in what ways can a loved one's health challenges affect relationships? Throughout this lesson, our goals are to recognize the subtle and not so subtle changes leading up to a diagnosis, identify and accept the current status of the relationship, and manage expectations for future changes in the connection. Let's start with an example. Mike and I were married in 2010. He was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's in 2016. Several tragic events led up to his diagnosis, including the suicide of his adult son and my diagnosis of thyroid cancer. During that time, I noticed many changes in Mike that were not typical for him, but understandable. He seemed confused, sad, and often agitated. Initially, I ignored or denied the changes I saw in Mike, avoiding critical conversations to prevent adding more stress to an already difficult situation. However, the behavior eventually became impossible to ignore. Have you noticed any behavior changes in your loved one? If so, how have you and your loved one chosen to deal with those changes? How have those changes impacted you? In my situation, I made several assumptions about Mike's behavior, and I didn't address the behavior directly. Because we didn't deal with the changes pre diagnosis, the diagnosis only compounded the issues we were having. A difficult diagnosis will test even the healthiest and strongest of relationships. If you haven't done so already, try to practice the following to reduce stress and strengthen your bond with your loved one. Open communications. Keep the lines of communication open. Share your feelings and encourage your loved one to do the same. This helps in understanding each other's perspectives and reduces misunderstandings. Set realistic expectations. Understand that both you and your loved one are going through a tough time. Set realistic expectations for what you can achieve each day and be kind to yourself. If things don't go as planned, seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out for help, whether it's from friends, family, or support groups. Having a network can provide emotional support and practical assistance. Practice self care. Taking care of yourself is crucial. Ensure you get enough rest, eat well, and take breaks when needed. This will help you stay strong and patient. Stay positive. Focus on the positive aspects of your relationship and celebrate the small victories. Maintaining a hopeful outlook can improve your resilience and overall well being. Use empathy. Try to understand what your loved one is going through. Empathy can help you respond more compassionately and strengthen your connection. And consider creating a routine. Establishing a daily routine can provide some sense of normalcy and stability for both you and your loved one. And educate yourself. Learn about your loved one's condition. Understanding the health challenges they face can help you provide better care and reduce anxiety about the unknown. The caregiving journey is not an easy one, but paying attention to how your loved one is responding to an evolving situation allows you to monitor your own feelings and address any stress in a healthy, proactive, and productive way. One of the things I want to address in this lesson is that you're not going to be able to anticipate nor control all the potential behaviors that come with a health challenge. Sometimes the most docile and amenable people can become angry, depressed, and abusive. Conversely, the most demonstrative can become quiet, withdrawn, and uncommunicative. We all respond differently when faced with difficult challenges. There are any number of factors that can impact the severity of someone's behavior. Those factors might include something like physical pain, financial pressure, neurological issues, like my husband's dementia, family dynamics, mental health, depression, for example, work commitments, your home environment, or even other life changes or events. And any factor listed, plus add the length of time someone's been dealing with that issue, could result in any number of behavior challenges, including changes in eating or sleeping patterns or difficulty concentrating. You've not failed in your caregiving responsibilities if stress gets the better of you or your loved one at times. The goal should be to look for ways to reduce those behaviors so that you and your loved one can spend more time enjoying each other rather than just tolerating the circumstances you find yourself in. I know that's not an easy ask, and it means being willing to be vulnerable at times and asking for help when you need it. I want you to be confident in knowing that you honored this experience by leaning into the caregiving journey and showing up as your best self. Now, I want you to use your notebook or your journal if you have one and reflect on the following question. At this stage of your caregiving journey, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or towards the end, in what order would you prioritize the list that I'm going to put on the screen to ensure that you maintain a healthy and productive relationship with yourself and your loved one? How would you put these in order of importance? So, open communication, realistic expectations, seeking support when you need it, practicing self care, staying positive, practicing empathy, creating a routine, and educating yourself. There are 8 listed there. If you would list them from the most important to the least important, and then start to consider where you could plug in some of these activities. I know that we're going to tackle each one of these in future lessons, but I wanted you to begin to think about each one of these and be thoughtful about what you need right now as a family caregiver. You've taken on a tremendous responsibility, and I know personally how difficult it can be. I served in the caregiver role for over 7 years, but let's work on making this the most positive experience possible, taking one day at a time. And congratulations. You've completed the first lesson in the Caregiving Journey program. Don't forget to do your homework and go take on the day.